Welcome back to Hope's Homemade Kitchen. If you're new here, I'm Hope, and each week I bring you step-by-step recipes that you can make in your own kitchen. Today, we're making energy bites. Now these have a summer theme with delicious summer flavors like strawberry shortcake, blueberry muffin, tropical mango, campfire s'mores, cherry pie, and then we have a bonus summer birthday bash flavor. Now these energy bites are perfect for on-the-go breakfast, and they pack a good protein boost to keep you going during the summer. Now the great part about these is you don't have to heat up your kitchen because they're all no-bake. We're just using a food processor today. So let's get started with each of these recipes. The ingredients for the tropical mango coconut energy bites are rolled oats, freeze-dried mango, vanilla protein powder, flaxseed meal, coconut flakes, macadamia nuts, honey, vanilla, and peanut butter. Okay, our first flavor is going to be tropical mango coconut bites. We'll start with a half a cup of rolled oats. Everything just goes right into the food processor. I'm going to put in my dry ingredients first. I'll pulse them and then slowly add our wet ingredients till we get to our desired texture. Now, if it's too dry, I'll add more either peanut butter or honey or other wet ingredients. And if it's too wet, I'll add more dry ingredients. So I'm gonna add in 1/4 cup of freeze-dried mango. So these are freeze-dried mango pieces. I'm actually gonna use a half a cup, which I think will pulse down to about 1/4 of a cup. So I'll put those in for some good mango flavor. 2 tablespoons of flaxseed meal, 1/4 cup of macadamia nuts, 1 tablespoon of coconut, and 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder. Now I'm using simply vanilla protein powder, and 1 scoop contains 20 grams of protein. So I'm gonna pulse these ingredients until I get a fine powder. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm gonna be adding in my wet ingredients. This is more of a natural peanut butter, so I'm just stirring it up. And if you're wondering where to get these freeze-dried fruits, it's a freeze-dried mango. I got that at Trader Joe's. You could probably get those at other specialty stores or even online. So 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and you could use any other kind of nut butter, like an almond butter, mixed nut butters would be fine. I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of honey and a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, we'll give this a pulse and see what the texture looks like. It's looking a little dry. I'm going to add in a little more peanut butter. So we started with 1/4 cup. I'm gonna add in a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and add in another 1/4 of a cup. These are kind of trial and error recipes. Okay, let's see how that adjusted. That's looking a lot better. And you want them to come together. And you'll be able to roll them into a ball. If it still seems a little bit dry, I just recommend you taste it and see, what other kind of wet ingredients does it need. That could use a little bit more sweetness. Just gonna add a tad bit more honey. I'm gonna give this a little dash of almond extract. And I also think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grind up some more freeze-dried mango, and I'm gonna make a powder that we can roll these energy balls in. So that'll give it a really good tropical flavor. Okay, that looks like a perfect texture. Okay, I'm gonna take some freeze-dried mango, put them in a bag. I'm just gonna break it up, crush those. This will give it a really, if you roll the balls in this freeze-dried mango powder and a little coconut, it will give that mango forward taste. Kind of a pretty color as well. And you could make these any size you like. I'll give the entire recipe protein count, and then you can divide it up however many you want to make and how much protein you want in each ball. I'm hoping each of these recipes will make at least 10 to 12, maybe even more energy bites. If you don't like coconut, you could leave the coconut out and just roll it in the freeze-dried mango. That would be just fine. You can switch out the different nut butters. If you wanted a milder nut butter, you could use almond butter. Rolling it in the coconut and the mango powder just gives it that kind of yellow, sunshine, tropical look as well. Okay, that's 1 dozen. Okay, we'll let these chill while we make our other flavors. The ingredients for the strawberry shortcake energy bites are rolled oats, vanilla protein powder, hemp heart seeds, freeze-dried strawberries, sunflower seed nuts, sprinkles, almond butter, honey, almond extract, and vanilla extract. Okay, now we're making strawberry shortcake energy bites. The first thing I want to do before I start mixing in together all of our dry ingredients, I want to take about 1/4 of a cup of freeze-dried strawberries, pulse them in the food processor, then I'll set them aside for rolling after. That will just give the strawberry shortcake energy bites a beautiful color. You'll be able to taste that strawberry shortcake flavor right away. Okay, now we'll mix up our dry ingredients. 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder, 2 tablespoons of sunflower seed, 1 tablespoon of hemp hearts, and 1/4 cup of freeze-dried strawberries. Okay, I'll pulse this. Now I want to start with 1/4 of a cup of almond butter, and we'll do the same with this recipe. It's starting to look too dry. We'll add more wet ingredients. And if it's too wet, we'll add more dry ingredients. So we're starting with 1/4 of a cup of almond butter. We want 2 tablespoons of honey, which is about 1/8 of a cup. I forgot that I was going to add in just a little bit of some sprinkles. I would have added that to the dry ingredients. And then I'm going to add in about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Okay, and we'll pulse this. Okay, it has a really nice color. It's a little bit dry. I'm going to add in a little bit more almond butter and honey. And that's what you'll need to do with these recipes if you just experiment with them. Start with the base recipe and then adjust as needed. So the recipe is just a beginning, and then you experiment. That's what you want. You just want to be able to ball it up. I had a little taste of the dough, and it really does taste like a strawberry shortcake. You can taste the strawberries, you can taste like what would be the crust in there. So I'm just rolling it very lightly. You just want a very light coating of the freeze-dried strawberries on the outside. It gives it both color and immediate flavor of strawberry when you bite into it. These are some of my favorite items to make. They're just so versatile, and you can come up with your own flavors. And using freeze-dried fruit is a great way to vary your flavors. Okay, so that made 10 strawberry shortcake energy bites. It's a beautiful color rolled in the freeze-dried strawberries. Okay, we'll put these in the refrigerator, and we'll start on the next flavor. The ingredients for the blueberry muffin energy bites are freeze-dried blueberries, rolled oats, chia seeds, vanilla protein powder, white baking chips, mixed nut butter, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and maple syrup. Okay, now we're making blueberry muffin energy bites. First, I want to put a few freeze-dried blueberries into the food processor. I'll pulse those up, form a powder that we can roll the balls in after they're done. Nice, rich, purple color. Okay, now for our dry ingredients. We want 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 1/4 of a cup of freeze-dried blueberries, 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, a little dash of cinnamon. Okay, we're going to pulse this. We'll add our wet ingredients now. I'm going to do half a cup of mixed nut butter. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of white chocolate chips and a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, we'll pulse that. I just realized I forgot my maple syrup. 2 tablespoons to start of maple syrup. That's still a little bit dry. I'm going to add in another tablespoon of maple syrup. And that's going to work. Okay, this has a great blue color. We'll form these and roll them in the freeze-dried blueberries. These are great to make and freeze and then just pull out of the freezer whenever you want them. Or you can keep them in an airtight container in your refrigerator and they'll keep for a really long time. There's really nothing in here that needs to be refrigerated, but I think that's the best way to keep them. And also being summer themed, it's nice to have cold energy bites. So most of the recipes I'm making today are coming out to 10 to 12 energy bites. Okay, those came up to about 11 energy bites. They're looking good. I'll put those in the refrigerator and we'll make our next one. The ingredients for the cherry pie energy bites are rolled oats, freeze-dried tart cherries, vanilla protein powder, almonds, almond butter, almond extract, flaxseed meal, and honey. Okay, now we're going to make cherry pie energy bites. I'm going to start with 1/4 cup of almonds and 1/4 cup of tart freeze-dried cherries. Now I'm going to pulse these together and it's going to be this is what we're going to roll the energy balls in after they're shaped. Okay, this is a good texture. We'll be able to roll the energy balls in. Now for our dry ingredients, I'll need 1/4 cup of almonds, 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 1/4 cup of freeze-dried tart cherries, 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. This is actually flaxseed meal, and 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder. Okay, we'll give that a mix. That's going to be a pretty color. Okay, for our wet ingredients, we'll need 1/2 cup of almond butter, 3 tablespoons of honey. I'm going to do a splash of almond extract. All right, let's see if it'll hold together well. I think that's good. Okay, let's roll these cherry pie energy bites. The mixture of the almonds and the freeze-dried cherries really makes a nice powder for rolling. You don't have to have the powder on the outside. I think it makes a nice addition. And it just gives that extra zip of flavor when you bite into it. This has an amazing smell, just like a cherry pie. Okay, that made a dozen. We'll put those in the fridge and start on our next one. The ingredients for the Campfire S'mores energy bites are rolled oats, vanilla protein powder, dates, hemp hearts, graham crackers, peanut butter, vanilla, chocolate chips, and white chocolate chips. This recipe is for the Campfire S'mores energy bites. First, we're going to grind up some graham crackers, enough for 1/4 cup in the mix, and also some to roll in after the energy bites are made. I think I had 4 crackers that I ground up for the rolling, and then I put in another 4 to go into the energy bites. Okay, with that, we need 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder, 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts, shelled hemp seeds. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of white chocolate chips. And that's just to give it kind of that marshmallow flavor. I don't think the marshmallows would do well in here. They would be too sticky. And then I'm going to do 1/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Now, if you have the mini chips, that's better. I do not have the mini chips, so I'm going to put them in and hopefully they'll grind up enough. So I've got the rolled oats, the graham crackers, the protein powder, chocolate chips, white chips, and hemp hearts for the dry ingredients. So for the wet ingredients, I'm going to put in, dates are not really wet ingredients, but they're kind of more the binding that holds it together. So I'm going to put in 4 or 5 dates, and these are very moist. If you have dates that are drier, you'll need to rehydrate them by putting them in warm water for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to start with those few dates, and then I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of peanut butter. And you can use any kind of peanut butter, Jif, Skippy. I happen to be using this Kirkland organic peanut butter, which tends to be a little more liquid. So I'm going to put in 1/4 cup of that to start. Then I want to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, then we're going to pulse this until all of the wet ingredients are incorporated and those dates are chopped up really well. Okay, this is super dry. Looks more like sand, but the dates are chopped up. I'm going to add in another 1/4 cup of peanut butter for a total of 1/2 cup. Okay, you'll see that came together. It still seems pretty dry. I'm going to add in a little bit of maple syrup. Sometimes you have to play with these ingredients till you get the right texture. So I added in 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. For some reason, I think that those graham crackers just keep making it absorb, and I get more of a sand texture and not a rolling texture. So we'll see if we can fix this. Okay, we're going to add in a little bit more peanut butter. So we had 1/2 cup. We're going to add another 1/4 cup of peanut butter. 2 more tablespoons of maple syrup, and I'll write all of these final ingredients in the description box below so you don't have to go through this guessing game. All right, is this the test now? Let's see if I can roll it. That's better. We'll roll each of these Campfire S'mores in graham crackers, very finely ground graham crackers. Sometimes it just takes a little trial and error till you get the right texture that you want. Okay, we'll finish these up, refrigerate them, and we'll start on our next one. The ingredients for the Summer Birthday Bash Energy Bites are rolled oats, freeze-dried berries, sprinkles, cocoa powder, protein powder, mixed nut butter, flaxseed meal, PB Fit peanut butter powder, almond extract, and maple syrup. This recipe is for the Summer Birthday Bash Energy Bites. I'm going to start with our dry ingredients. 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder, 2 tablespoons of PB Fit peanut butter powder, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal, 2 tablespoons of the freeze-dried berry medley. I get this at Trader Joe's. This just gives it a little flavor and color. And because it's birthday bash, 2 tablespoons of sprinkles. We'll just pulse that. For the wet ingredients, I'm going to do 1/2 cup of mixed nut butter. Let that go right in. And for all of these recipes, The directions are really kind of the same. It's, pulse all of your dry ingredients together, then add your wet ingredients, and then adjust. Really, you just need to be able to form the mixture into a ball, and you just adjust either way. About 1/4 cup of maple syrup and 1 teaspoon of almond extract. The almond extract gives it more of that birthday cake type flavor. See how this comes together? I think it's going to be good. Now, if you wanted to with these, because it's a birthday cake flavor, you could roll it in sprinkles. I think because you can see the sprinkles already in the mixture, I'm not going to do that. I don't think it needs it, but if you want to be more festive and you have some really pretty sprinkles, I think it would be nice. This is a healthier kind of grab and go option for snacks. Healthier than, say, a candy bar. Little protein boost. These are similar to chocolate Easter bunny and birthday cake flavors that I did in my previous protein bite videos. If you haven't seen those, I'll link them at the end of this video and also put them in the description box. I think this is going to make about 11, similar to our other recipes. Okay, I'm going to take all the other ones out of the fridge and we'll get ready for the taste test. We made 6 different kinds of summer energy bites today, and I really hope you'll try them. Let's give these a try. We'll start with the tropical mango coconut. This had freeze-dried mango, macadamia nuts, coconut, peanut butter. These are really good. Having rolled it in coconut and the freeze-dried mango really kind of gives it a boost of flavor, but I think these are really, really good. Next, strawberry shortcake. That one really tastes like strawberry shortcake. I can even taste like flavors that kind of taste like a pie crust in there. Pie crust and a really strong flavor of strawberry that you're gonna love. Now for the blueberry muffin. That's like a blueberry muffin that you have on a Sunday morning. Really nice, really nice. Those white chips in there give it a little sweetness, and it's good and healthy for you too. Cherry pie is next. I'm really amazed all these flavors taste exactly like the title. Those have really good cherry pie flavors. I think you're gonna love that. Now the Campfire S'mores was one we had to work with to get it to the right texture, but I'm seeing the colors of s'mores in there. I've got the chocolate chips. I put white chips in there to kind of mimic what marshmallows would look like, and then rolled in the graham cracker crust. Delicious. Again, it just tastes like a s'more. This is awesome. And the last one, summer birthday bash. It's got chocolate chips in there, white chocolate chips, sprinkles, chocolate, just like a chocolate birthday cake. Really good. And you could jazz it up a little bit even more by rolling it in sprinkles right after you take them out and roll them. That's really good. Now the good thing about these, you can freeze them and pull them out anytime you want. Have breakfast on the go, snacks to take on a road trip, snacks for the pool. Thank you so much for joining me today on Hope's Homemade Kitchen as we tried out all of these summer flavors. I think you're gonna love these and I hope you try them. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel, hit the bell for notifications for more videos, and share with your friends. We'll see you next time.